Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I am going to be doing the next battle, which is the fourth one in Twisted Fate, Chariot of Fate, which is called a legendary episode, If. Wielding the Alhazard, Emperor Bernhardt wants to take his destiny in his own hands. The three feats are Battle of Fate, Bernhardt defeats Elwin, Force Their Hand, win within 8 turns, and Imperial Force, no one from your team was killed. So, to do this battle, you get to bring one character, Bernhardt. And my Bernhardt is currently reasonably well built up, although not perfect. In terms of his bonds, he has max, 5, and 5. He could have a higher, strength bond, but hopefully it'll be okay. In terms of the soldiers he's bringing, it's going to be Dark Guards. And his Dark Guards are currently level 6, doing fixed damage equals to 10% of max hit points of the enemy. Could be better, but that's the level my Dark Guards are at, so we'll see if it works. And finally, in terms of his equipment, my Bernhardt is actually going to have a magic enchant set with the Bloodsword Hrunting. The drawback is he also has Lone Star Amulet, which won't really work in this fight at all. But it's the only attack accessory I have that has a magic enchant on it. So I'm going to have to use it, unfortunately. The alternative is to break up the magic set and bring, let's say, 2 and 2. But then I'd lose the 15% additional skill AoE damage. So we'll keep it as is. Alright, so let's jump in at this point and see if this works. So here we go. Alright, so Bernhardt is going to have Dark Guards as his soldiers, and in terms of the skills, this is actually 5. So Imperial Power, Sword Dance, and Rupture. Because if I take a look at the enemies, all of them have extremely high defense and magic defense values. This basically means that the only way you can truly do damage to them is through fixed damage, which is what Bernhardt offers with Rupture and Sword Dance and Dark Guards and his equipment, right? Hrunting. Egbert also offers some fixed damage, so these two will really be your primary damage dealers, as well as the Stone Colossuses, their Lance Phalanx will do some damage to the enemy. So a combination of those should allow you to crush these enemies. Alright, the Vampire Bats, same as all of these maps so far, they have Sacrifice, Siphon, and Reinforcements. And then there's actually 2 Knights who have Ram, Roundabout, and Unstable Magic Resistance. Alright, so with all that said, I'm pretty much ready to begin. So here we go. Alright, so here we go. And the first part is just me basically moving everyone south. So let's move Egbert down, let's move Bernhardt down, let's not move the Knights, they just end their turns. I'm going to move the Vampire Bat down, and move the other Vampire Bat down, and finally move these 2 Stone Colossus down. And that's it for the first turn. So on their turn, they all actively move forward and so on. So I'm going to turn on the Danger Zone. And now mention a very annoying thing about this turn. You can't have Egbert attack, because if he uses his AoEs, you won't have them for later on to use on Elwin. And if he moves down one and uses, let's say, a Fireball, actually, you know what? I'm going to try an AoE. Let's give it a shot. So I'm going to toss out the Silence. on these two to damage them. And then I'm going to move Bernhardt down and have him faction buff. And have the Stone Colossus move down and Lance Phalanx. And have the other Stone Colossus just basically wait. Like this. Over here, I'm going to move the Vampire Bats down to draw away Hein and Liana. Like so. And then finally, for the 2 knights, well, I need 1 knight out of Hein's range, so I'm just going to move it 1 to the left. And the other knight can just stay where he is. So Hein gets pulled to attack a Vampire Bat. Scott attacks and takes fixed damage. Cherie attacks and also takes some fixed damage. Liana breaks off to go move away, and Elwin moves up. And now this turn I need to do more fixed damage to the enemies. And I really want Elwin to take the sword dance of Bernhardt. And the best way to do so is actually quite easy. So I'm going to use 1 knight to ram Elwin 2 spots to the right, and then use the second knight to ram Elwin up 2 spots, so that they're lined up for an easy sword dance. So here I am going to toss out Acid Burn. Preventing them all from healing. And then I'm going to have this Lancer just move south. Actually, I'm going to have this Lancer attack Scott to do some more fixed damage to him. And then have Bernhardt sword dance. Throwing in tons of fixed damage. Then this Lancer, Stone Colossus, is going to activate Lance Phalanx. And over here, well, time to just heal, attack, and do some healing for the characters in the north. So there we go. Hein continues to attack me. Scott uses mass attack. Cherie should die to the Stone Colossus. There. Perfect. And then this Stone Colossus will die to Elwin, but revive due to Indomitable. So overall it's looking pretty good. And now over here, I need to run this Stone Colossus away. It can't heal for 2 turns. So running away is the best option for it. This one though can heal and everything else. So I'm going to use it. So right now, let's start with the Stone Colossus attacking Scott. Doing some more fixed damage to it. And then I'm going to have Bernhardt melee attack Elwin. Which actually killed him off. And then Egbert can fireball Scott. Alright. Leaving just 2 ranged attackers. And I have, it's turn 4, I have 4 more turns, I guess, to get to win, to get the Force Their Hand achievement. So, a lot of damaged characters in the north though. So why don't I have this Vampire Bat use its sacrifice skill to heal up all my characters, especially Bernhardt. And then I'm just going to have this one I guess, sacrifice as well to heal them up to full. Well, I'll wait because this stone colossus still is damaged. So let's just attack for now and just heal them. Alright, let's move this knight over like so and move this knight over like so. They're getting into position where they can ram these enemies towards the center. Alright. So. At this point, I'm going to move this Lancer down. I'm going to have Bernhardt ready to attack, right? As long as it moves up one, Bernhardt can strike. I'm going to have this guy use his Lance Phalanx and have Egbert ready in the wings. Over here, let's just move him back a little. Have this Vampire Bat attack Hein to heal a bit. Right? And whatever. You know what? I don't think I actually need to fully heal. So let's just have this Vampire Bat attack as well. And we're ready to go. So, let's begin. And I'm going to start by ramming Liana up. I don't think it matters here. Whatever. Vampire Bat can certainly attack, but I'm going to wait on that. Let's... I guess have Bernhardt melee attack Liana. Dark Thorns, Rupture, and the Fireball from Egbert should wreck him. Oh, left him at 54 hit points. Wow, uh-oh. That might break me. I'm kind of worried here. Well, let's continue and see how things go. Phalanx and sacrifice. Okay. So overall it looks okay as a result. So now, the Stone Colossus does a melee attack. Egbert tosses a range attack on Liana. Colossus does some fixed damage strike on Hein. I guess this Vampire Bat will heal up my characters for now. And I'm just going to have the Knight move out a little, like so. And I'm going to run Bernhardt forward and have him activate his faction buff now. Understood. Hits these two, no problem. And now, the knights can ram Hein to the rest of the group. Get out. This stone colossus doesn't have lance phalanx, so it's useless. And this is the last turn, so let's just move it out of the way. And then Bernhardt is going to melee attack Hein to Dark Thorn Rupture. And there we go. Victory! So Bernhardt defeats Elwin, win within 8 turns, and no one from your team was killed. There we go. Definitely having Bloodsword Hrunting made the first part easier because it did do some additional fixed damage hits, right? So that was very, very useful. If you don't have a Bloodsword Hrunting, right, there's still a bunch of items that can add additional fixed damage hits. For example, I think the Battery the Seductress has a chance to add a fixed damage hit whenever you land a crit hit, right? It's 0.6 times own attack as opposed to Hrunting's 1 times hero's attack, but still, right? Other items that can is there's an accessory that does the same thing if you were lucky enough to get one. I don't have it, but let me see, what is it? Thor's Necklace, right? Oh, it only applies when attacking for this one. Grants a 25% chance to deal fixed damage, or 50% chance at level 50, right? That would be melee attacks, but still, extra fixed damage hit chance is always nice to have. So there are those 2 items that can help you add fixed damage, right? And I think there's also the armor, Arcane Battle Garb. Once again, when attacking, after battle, deal fixed damage once to the enemy, and damage equals 0.5 times hero's magic defense. Yeah. Still, better than nothing, right? Especially since Bernhardt does do melee attacks. But without doubt, I would say the best one is definitely Hrunting, since it does kick in for the AoE strikes. So yeah, overall, that was a great success, even though my Dark Guards aren't exactly at level 10. They're just level 6, but it still worked out. So, thanks for watching everyone. I hope you found this video useful. And on that note, Nitro out.